Hey everyone, welcome back to Cosmic Life Astrology. Today we are talking about the week of September 2nd through the 9th, and I apologize for being a day late, but we did have a long holiday weekend here in the US for Labor Day, and it was quite a busy weekend for me and my family, and I hope all of you enjoyed yours as well. We have a new moon starting out the week in Virgo at 11 degrees. This new moon is going to make a loose opposition to Saturn in Pisces, which is at 16 degrees of Pisces. And with a new moon opposed Saturn, there could be some, maybe some setbacks or delays that have already occurred, or, or some structure and discipline that is being asked of you during this new moon cycle. With Virgo, we're talking about the body, your health. We're talking about details. We're talking about your home environment or your local environment and clearing things up. This could be internally or externally. And coincidentally, this coincides with the beginning of the school year here in the US. And so, I find it funny because when the school year starts, we're getting back into a new routine with our children, new schedules with their school, as well as, them now going back to learning, communication, information. So this very much, falls in line with the Virgo new moon every year. And especially with an opposition to Saturn, there's discipline and structure required, right? But whatever it is that's coming to your awareness during this new moon cycle, there's going to be a need for stability, especially as Pluto has officially re-entered Capricorn at 29 degrees and Uranus has stationed retrograde at 27 degrees of Taurus. And so we're seeing an Earth trine happen with these two planets shifting, as well as a need to close things out. We have Uranus in the last final stretch of Taurus before it enters Gemini in 2025. We have Pluto, which, has dabbled in Aquarius and has been retrograding. And it's now going back into Capricorn to really close things out. When we're talking about closing things out, this is a long cycle because Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. So you've been working through Pluto and Capricorn for quite some time. And it's as if we're, as we're finalizing that cycle, Pluto has to go back in to really make sure that you know what it is you're taking with you and what you're leaving behind. And as Uranus shifts into a retrograde cycle at the same time, Uranus is of the higher mind. So there's even more of an internal shift happening where you may be acclimating to changes that were being made while Uranus was direct. You could be internally shifting ideas that you had, or there may be a lessening of the erratic energy that Uranus can bring during this time. Maybe less instability during the retrograde cycle, which is very much welcome because Uranus is unpredictable. So when it retrogrades, there's less of that energy happening. More predictable changes may be happening during this time. And this will be occurring until January. So we have, if we have some time to work with the changes that have already taken place and really get comfortable with them. We also have this week Mercury making a trine to Chiron in Aries. This is going to give us the opportunity to heal through communication, information being shared, or healing through a more youthful and joyous approach. When we're talking about Mercury in Leo, Leo wants to be happy. and Mercury is very youthful. So there could be a healing experience with people that are younger than you, or with communications that you're having with people overall. We will also see Venus conjunct the South Node, which is significant for a couple of reasons. This is happening at 6 degrees of Libra. Venus rules Libra. So when Venus conjuncts the South Node, there's a letting go. And this could be in relation to how you've operated in relationships, or this could be a letting go of relationships that are no longer serving you. There can be an awareness of maybe a love interest coming back from the past, or a new soulmate coming in, you know, someone that you may have had past lives with. The interesting part about this is that this conjunction happens a week after Venus trined Pluto. And with the Venus trine Pluto, that brought on opportunity to make shifts in relationships. And so now, as Venus is conjoining the South Node, those shifts are really getting pushed upon us. You know, we're being forced to let go of patterns that don't serve us in relationships, or let go of relationships that aren't serving us, let go of lessons that we were learning with our relationships with other people, and we're being forced to move on in some way. Because after this conjunction happens, Venus is then going to conjunct Juno, the asteroid of our marriage partnerships and our commitments. So it's like, as Venus is letting go of what's not serving her, she's then being met with the asteroid that is focusing on commitments. So once you release what you need to release, then you can decide on what you're going to commit to, what is going to help you restore balance in your relationships or in your life, so you can have healthier relationships. And we will see the moon essentially follow the same course, because after this new moon, the moon will then go into Libra, and the moon will conjunct the South Node, and then it will conjunct Venus, and then it will conjunct Juno. So the moon is going to follow, our emotions will follow this pattern. We will also see the final square between Mercury and Uranus happening this week. We saw this happen before on July 21st and August 19th. So what transpired during those times, you will see it come to a close or a culmination this week as this square happens for the last time. This could be sudden information coming to you that's surprising. This could be some kind of disruption, or something a little unexpected with communications, but this is a closing square, so it's completing a cycle that started in July. Mars is also entering Cancer, so again we see another energy shift. Mars entering Cancer, it's in its fall. It is exalted in Capricorn. Mars rules Aries. And so we have a focus on Mars and Cancer for the next 7 months, because Mars is going to retrograde in Leo and back into Cancer. We will see Mars in Cancer until November, and then Mars will move into Leo, and then in January we'll see the retrograde begin from Leo back into Cancer. So there's going to be a lot of focus on this Mars energy in Cancer. And when we're talking about Mars in Cancer, there could be a lot of actions being taken regarding mothers in our lives, our home life, our family life, you know, because that's the focus that Cancer has. Safety and security. You know, Cancers love to have a comfortable, safe environment that they can really be themselves in. You know, they like to be able to retreat somewhere when they're overwhelmed. And so there could be a focus on, what makes you feel comfortable, where you feel safe, where you feel at home. There could be some battles to contend with when it comes to home and family life or mothers in your life. It's very much a mother bear kind of energy when we're talking about Mars, an aggressive energy in the sign of the mother, Cancer. So there could be some, unfortunately, potential for aggression with mothers, whether it be mothers protecting their home and family, their children, or mothers having a lot of focus on their children and home and family. There could be a need for extra attention in this area, especially over the next several months. We will see the moon during the weekend enter Scorpio, which is going to trine Mars and Cancer. And this will be a good opportunity to tap into our emotions and our intuition, because we're talking about two water signs being involved, and we have the moon trining Mars. So you could be taking action based off of your intuition, based off of your emotions. There could be a lot of passion involved in this, because we're talking about Mars, a passionate planet, making a trine to Scorpio, which is a very passionate energy. On the flip side, this could also be a manipulative energy. So be careful with that. Be mindful as the weekend approaches of any potential of someone manipulating you through their emotions or through their actions. It's, I say manipulative because Cancers look at the details of things, just like Virgos. You think of the crab who, manipulates the sand to move around, and Scorpio has that tendency to manipulate when they're scared of being hurt. And so with this energy, there is that possibility, but I think only if you're in your if you're in a fearful mindset, that energy will play out. If you're in a positive mindset, you can really hone in on what it is that makes you feel good, what you're passionate about, and really be driven towards that passion during this time. So it's a nice way to end the weekend, and especially when we're preparing for eclipse season. There's a lot of buildup of energy happening. We have the first eclipse happening on the 17th of September. And so we're gonna see a buildup towards the eclipses. And this whole week is helping us get into a new energy before those eclipses happen. It's helping us prepare for, that window of opportunity when eclipses happen. It's like one door closes, another one opens. And with the new moon in Virgo, we're really being asked to clean things up before we can walk through some new doors during eclipse season. We're really being told to focus on the details. And with Venus conjuncting the South Node and then conjuncting Juno, we're being shown what we need to let go of, so we can then move on to something new, or something more healthy for our relationship life, especially once we get to the October eclipse, because that eclipse is going to happen 1 degree away from where this Venus conjunct the South Node happens, which I found pretty interesting. So it's like this Venus conjunct the South Node is like a precursor to what that Libra solar eclipse is going to bring. But we will get there. We have time before we really need to focus on that. I will make a separate video on the eclipses. But for this week, I think we're really in preparation mode. We're in a mode of getting back into a routine, getting back into some sort of structure, and focusing on, what we need to leave behind and where we're being pushed forward, you know, where we can find a more healthy balance in our life. So I hope this video helps you prepare for the week ahead. We have a lot of shifts happening, and it's all for our greater good. It's just a matter of using astrology to help navigate the energy and understand what we need to prepare for. So if you're already feeling the energy build up, you're seeing things start to play out that coincide with this, please feel free to share what it is you're experiencing with this energy. I do respond to all the comments. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and help me grow my channel. I would love to do this full time and dive deeper into astrology with you guys and explain more of what's going on in the cosmos. So with that, I will leave you and hope that you all have a great week, and I'll be back next week with another video. Take care, everyone.